Today we're going to be taking everything that we have learned about area and perimeter so far and from this week, the past couple of days, and last week, and we're going to answer word problems that deal with area and perimeter. What needs to happen right now is if the substitute teacher could go ahead and pass out the worksheet that says even more area and perimeter word problems and probably an extra sheet of paper, that would be great. You could just hit the pause button and pass out the paperwork. All right, so what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to do the first three problems for you. I want you to do them with me. So get your pencil ready and pay attention to the things that I underline, the things that I say, and the things that I write. If I write it down, underline it, you need to do that as well. So let's look at the first problem here. It says the perimeter of a rectangular playground is 46 meters. If the length of the park is 7 meters, what is the width of the park? Well, the first thing you need to look at is that first sentence. It says right here, the perimeter of a rectangular playground is 46 meters. So we are given the perimeter. We know that it is 46 meters. We also know that it is a rectangular playground. That means that it is a rectangle. So go ahead and draw a rectangle. And I want you to put on the inside of that rectangle P equals 46. Now remember that P stands for perimeter. And perimeter is the measurement of the outside of the shape. So you are going to be adding the sides of this shape. And when you add all four sides of this rectangle, it should give you 46. Now, in the second sentence, it says the length of the park is 7 meters. Well, you're given one of the sides. And remember, it really doesn't matter if you put it on the top, if you put that 7 on the top, on the bottom, on either of the sides. It really doesn't matter. Just put it on one of the sides. I'm going to put it on this side. Now, since we know that the opposite sides of rectangles are the same, if this side is 7, then the other side, the opposite side, must also be 7. Now, I'm going to put a question mark on the sides that we don't know. And the actual question is what is the width of the park? So we need to know what that side is. Well, I know what two of the sides are, and they're both 7. So I'm going to add those up. 7 plus 7 equals 14. So I know that those two sides added up together, this side and this side, gives me 14. So what I need to do now is do 46 minus 14. 6 minus 4 is 2. 4 minus 1 is 3. That 32 meters is not what the measurement of one of the sides are. It's what both of the missing sides are. So now I have to divide that by 2. Now 32 divided by 2 is not basic division. So I put 3 for some odd reason. Let me choose a better color. So you might want to do the forgiving method for this one. Let's see, I know 2 times 12 is 24. I'm going to subtract that out. Eight. So let's see, 2 times 4 is 8, so I'll put my 4 on the outside there. And I'm going to add that up, 12 plus 4, which would be 16. That means that each side here is 16. So the width equals 16. I am going to circle that so that my teacher knows that that's the answer. Now, if this were me, I don't have another sheet of paper. So I had to go off to the side of my paper, but you're going to have another sheet of paper. So please do your work on another sheet of paper. Now, in order to create room for me on the smartboard, I'm going to erase what I wrote. That does not mean that you need to erase what you wrote. I just do because I need more room, because you know I write big. Now, let's look at the next equation here, or sorry, not equation, word problem. It says a rectangular room measures 12 meters by 7 meters. What is the area of this room? So let's look at what we have here. We have a rectangular room, so we know we have a rectangle. I'm going to draw that. And it measures 12 meters by 7 meters. That means one side is 12, the other side is 7. And then it asks, what's the area of the room? Well, you know the formula for area. Area is A equals length times width. So just plug in your dimensions there, your measurements. We know A equals 12 times 7. And 12 times 7 is a basic multiplication fact. 12 times 7 is 48. So the room, the area of the room is 484, let me see, meters squared. And I'm going to circle that for my teacher so that she can see that. All right, now the third one. It says Teresa wants new carpet for her family room. Her family room is 12 feet by 21 feet, rectangle. How much carpeting does she need to buy to cover her entire family room? So she wants new carpet. Now you have to think, where do I put carpet? Do I put that on the inside of the room, or do I put it on just the edges of the room? Well, carpet goes on the inside. It covers up the inside of the space of the room. So that sounds like area. So I'm going to put area right here. Maybe I should do it something other than black because I use black above that. Student green. To me, that sounds like area. And I know that her room is 12 by 21 rectangle. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. I'm going to put 12, 21. It says how much carpeting does she need to buy to cover her entire family room? That is area, because remember, carpeting goes on the inside of the room, not on just the outside edges. It covers the entire flooring. So that means I need to do area equals length times width. So that'd be 21 times 12. Now your substitute teacher won't know how to do the box method, but you do. So please make sure when you're doing it that you are setting it up correctly. 20 times 10 is 200. 20 times 2 is 40. 10 times 1 is 10. 1 times 2 is 2. Then you're just going to add those numbers up. And when I add those numbers up, I get 252. So the area is 252 feet squared. I'm going to circle that so my teacher can see that. So when you're doing this, I wrote in my lesson plans that you could do this with a partner, which is fine, but if you get too loud for the substitute teacher, you're going to have to do it by yourself. If you do all of your work on your paper, please do me a favor and write your answers on the worksheet. So that way when I look to check it, I can see the answers really quick and really easy. If you decide to do all of your work like I did on the actual worksheet itself, circle your answer so I don't have to go and find it. It's not an Easter egg hunt, okay? So I shouldn't have to go and hunt and find your answer. I should be able to see it by the fact that you have circled it. If you did all of your work on another sheet of paper, make sure you staple the work to the back of the worksheet, and then make sure that all of your answers are written on the worksheet itself so that I can see that very easily. All right, if there are no further questions, you may begin.